Hey everybody, this is Dust for Dust on Gaming with a wrap-up of our um, Modern Challenge here today. So, somewhat obviously happy, somewhat also disappointed. So, we ended up getting top 32. We were close to getting 16th, which would have been nice. So we're just going to get our entry fee back, which kind of sucks, but that's life. Beyond that, played 7 rounds today, and we went 5-2. So overall, we're in 18th place. I doubt that's going to move a lot here. We played Pumpkin Boys, which was a ad nauseum list, and then we played against somebody else in round 4. I'll have to look back and check on the videos themselves. So pretty good performance overall. You got to go 6-1 usually in these modern open or modern challenges to make top 8. There was one that made it at 5-2 here, QB Turtle, but we lost in round 4 and 5 back to back. We lost to ad nauseum, which is just a terrible matchup overall for Burn, and then we lost to the Black Red Bridge from Below Hollow One deck that's popping up. It's like the new take on Dredge and Hollow One. It's kind of a semi-more explosive version of the deck. Also, don't know how resilient it actually is to Graveyard Hate, but can put a lot of power on in play on turn 1 or 2. In the games we lost, we definitely experienced that firsthand. So overall in the tournament, round 1 we played against Blue Red Fae. Round 2 we played against Titan Shift. Round 3 we played against Blue White Control. Round 4 we played against ad nauseum. Round 5 we played against the Black Red Hollow One deck. Round 6 we rallied back and played against Counters Company. And round 7 we played against another Blue White Control deck. So overall 5-2, pretty nice stuff. Did suck that we're not really going to prize. We did at least get our entry fee back, which is a positive. Thoughts on the format moving forward between this and some of the competitive leagues I do over on the other channel. Definitely need to take a look at how much Graveyard Hate I want in my sideboard. Probably going to play another league or two on the Oblivion's Endgame channel to see what all is going on with the competitive leagues. Maybe even start playing a few friendly leagues to see what kind of balance there is for like graveyard-based decks, etc. Because it seems to be the new explosive thing going on in Modern is that deck. It's popped up at the Pro Tour a couple times, popped up here in the Modern Challenge. So overall 5-2, pretty nice results. Got our entry fee back. Only actually played probably like an hour and a half worth of actual Magic through the 7 rounds. It's one of the nice things about Burn is you don't actually burn a lot of mental energy per round just to win. So, alright, that's about the wrap up for here. 5-2, nearly missing out on top 16. We ended up in 18th place. So, overall, pretty decent showing. Not where I wanted to be. I'd rather would have been in the top 16 to at least get a little bit of prize out of it, but such is life. At least we got our entry fee back. And Burn's still pretty viable in Modern. Blue-White seems like a pretty good matchup. Obviously, Titan Shift's a pretty decent matchup overall for us. And then ad nauseum's a horrible matchup. The new graveyard-based deck, kind of hard to say how often it's going to have its explosive draws versus not. So it's kind of hard to say how good of a matchup that is. The other decks, Counters Company, we've kind of built our deck to beat small creature decks, so that was kind of it's a close matchup, but without Kitchen Finks, it feels much more in our favor. And then the Blue-Red Fae deck, they're trying to do what we do with counter spells and burn spells. They're a little less efficient than we are, and we can play the same instant speed game they kind of play. We also have access to better, 2-for-1s with Searing Blaze and Searing Blood against their creatures. So that feels like a pretty good matchup overall. And then, so what else was there? So 2 blue-white decks, the Titan Shift deck, the Fae deck, and the Counters Company deck, and then we lose to the Graveyard-based deck and ad nauseum. There's really no way to make the ad nauseum matchup good. It's just like Bogles. It's one of the two or three matchups in Modern you don't want to see. I think the next worst matchup for those two is probably either Jeskai Humans or Eldrazi is probably the next three worst matchups, and I would say all of those are closer to 50-50 than not. So, just, I guess Soul Sisters would also be a bad matchup, but that deck sees so little play, even in relation to things like Ad Nauseam and whatever. So, that's it for the wrap-up. 5-2, 18th place. Not bad overall. This has been Dusk for Dusted on Gaming with a wrap-up of our Modern Challenge.